when I started my public speaking before puberty, I was still a virgin. No clue of how to do a presentation. I decided to then take up the ubiquitous Rukun Negara competition when I was a primary school. There was no preparation other than memorization and regurgitation. No voice intonation, no gestures, nothing. I was just like a statue. I failed miserably. I lost the competition. It was a recipe of disaster for me to be a public speaker. And I wondered, if our younger generation, our children, were to be having that potential, that giant inside them, and the ability to voice out their opinion, can they have that opportunity? And 50 years later, the new world has moved on. China moved on. Melaka moved on. Have we moved on, ladies and gentlemen? So with that, let's all now, before we deep dive, understand a little bit more about the understanding of the world of computer. So there's a fundamental, simple formula that all the computer programmer would do to make and improve our life using machine. It's called the IPO model. Anybody knows IPO? Apart from initial public offering? Yeah. IPO is a simple method that you input whatever you want to include in the system. It will be processed and you get the output. A simple thing is that you input things for your printer. It is processed and something will come out from the printer. Am I right?
Yes.
So that's how life is being. You input something, you process it, and things get output. Whatever you do with your smartphone or your computer, I mean even your kitchen for that matter, you put in the ingredients, you cook it, and voila, it comes out with sushi or tom yum or anything that you want to cook. That's in a nutshell of what the computer world has done. But the world has moved on now because artificial intelligence is a journey of serendipity. It means that we are able to get fortunate things and improvement in our life. There are three stages happening in artificial intelligence. It is known as a world of descriptive, where we have just passed it, by the way, without knowingly. The second stage of the world of predictive, and then we will have the world of prescriptive, when machine is able to learn deeply. Let me just illustrate you the point. Artificial intelligence, it is about the ability of computers reasoning, thinking, and describing like human beings. So all of us are aware that Google, when you ask anything, it will give you the description. Am I right?
Yes.
You ask Waze, it will describe you where to go. You input all those elements, so they are already now able to do what you are doing. Moving forward now, and this is where the stage we are now, with the data that you have input, with the rich amount of information, then the machine starts to learn. And this is what happened to coronavirus. The company that .blue from Canada, they managed to gather all the WhatsApp messages, all the conversation in the social media, all the information about something is happening in Wuhan. By end December, 9 days before WHO made the official announcement of coronavirus, their algorithm has already predicted the pandemic that will come throughout the world. It is the world where they have predicted what is happening. Now, with all the richness of the data, now you move forward now, with all this information, can the machine start to think? How many of you remember the IBM Blue Ocean, or the Blue, the Deep Blue, that had a competition on chess with Gary Kasparov? 15 times champion. Who lost? The Big Blue won. Gary Kasparov's lost 15 times. Because why? That machine, 1996, IBM has taught it to evaluate, to reason, and to analyze one movement of a chess in 1 second by about 200,000 million steps in 1 second. That's what Deep Blue can do. And look what the machines will be able to do. In fact, now there's a zero alpha that it starts to learn itself within 9 hours. It can beat all the chess masters across the world. So that shows that artificial intelligence is a great opportunity and how it collides to the public speaking world. Let me illustrate to you using the backdrop of this approach, the 5 P's of public speaking. Whenever you want to speak, you know that you have to go through this process of planning. Who are you going to speak to, the topic, and the event, and the day, and how is it going to be presented. Second is that you're going to be also doing all the detailed preparation by conducting your content and outline and headlines that you want to do. You have to practice, say it aloud, and do it more. And then before you know, you are there to present on the day itself, the moment of truth. But a speech is not good enough until you know it is good enough. That's where post-evaluation is a key vital element in any public speaking. So let me move one by one now. If you go for the plan and prepare, these are the apps that is available to help you to craft your speech. There is an app on different languages called Duolingo. There is an app that can give you synonyms of words and grammar that can provide you. Dragon is all about text to words and their ability to then help you to check your ums and ahs and word fillers. And if you keep on practicing, there are other apps like teleprompter that can prompt what you speak. There is a new guy who had a major problem to present his speech, joined Toastmasters and realized that he had an opportunity to create an app called ORAI. Anybody can guess what does ORAI means? Oral Artificial Intelligence. When you speak onto it, then you will be listening to your speech, and it will do a rating of the speed, the length, how many hours, and counting all the necessaries, enthusiasm, and at the end of the day provide you the rating of your speech. The day of speech evaluators are numbered. If in your room, when you practice, ORAI can help to detect and point out the issues that you are facing when you deliver your speech. Is that it? In OI? In AI? Let me show you now. So how many P's do we have just now? 5 P's, right?
5 P.
Yes.
Number 1 was plan, prepare, practice. And the next one is?
Present.
Present. Very good then. I'd like to show you how AI in deep learning develops the latest system in presentation that you can do beyond your imagination. When you wear this, it will appear a hologram. That hologram will then see like a human being, which will be able to present your speech in a different language, online. So the technology is there where you will be able now to speak in Melaka, but your hologram is standing in China, speaking in Chinese language.
Wow.
This is what this video is all about. If you have the time, then maybe during the break I can show it to you. So the last P is post-evaluation. In the post-evaluation, you are now have the ability to use this virtual reality just like a pilot having their flight simulation, observing how your speech has taken place in the environment of small groups, seminars or conference, and by the end of your practice post-evaluation, it will provide you with the ratings of how good or how strong is your speech. These are the various apps that's available that will engage with the audience now. So you no longer need to ask feedback through paper-based. I use a lot of Mentimeter to seek feedback from the audience online, getting their inputs, getting their feelings on how your speech is going as you go along. And Slido talks about questions that people would ask. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any limitation of artificial intelligence in public speaking, in your opinion?
Yes.
What is it, sir?
Yourself.
Yourself. Yeah, because can artificial replace you or not?
No.
Why not?
Because they need you to speak.
Well, if things are all done in the mundane manner,
Yeah.
between so factual versus something which is creative, something which is logic versus something which is having an emotion, let me be very clear to you. For this quadrant, you can use artificial intelligence because it's all logic and it's just factual. The TV broadcaster, first and female android from China.
Wow.
You don't need to have the real person who goes to sick or coronavirus. You use this android to replace you. So lecturers, professors and teachers are no longer needed.
Wow.
Because then the world is there for you to then present your speech because it's factual and logical. So when it's factual and there's a bit of element there, it is also about some heart or emotion. Entertainment, can that be replaced?
Depends.
If the artificial intelligence know what kind of speech you are giving that makes people laugh, that makes people tickle, you program it, you add the logic behind it, you do the coding, and this is the result. You could see now that they have replaced this person in Melbourne on their comedian competition with a chat bot called LOLbot. So LOLbot has been existed to know which jokes can make you laugh and which one can't make you laugh. My contention is AI has limitation on this side, where you need creativity and when there's an emotional aspect in terms of persuasive speech and in terms of an inspiring speech. So there is still room for people like you and me to be in this AI world.
So you give a chance,
But you need to be able to be better than AI.
Wow.
Elon Musk believes that the robots and computers are smarter than the smartest man in the world.
Wow.
By programming it in the deep learning machine environment, they can replace you because they can detect the needs of the human. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to embrace AI in public speaking?
Yes and no.
The answer is that it's really up to you. It depends on you. But if you can tango with technology and you are able to build your capability by enhancing using the gadgets and the apps, I can assure you that machine-based adaptive learning is for the frontier of our next generation. Imagine there is a kid just like me 50 years ago who wants to be a public speaker and has the opportunity provided by machines, gadgets and apps, so that then we know to unleash their potential, to uncover their ability and to awaken their giant. It needs the help of we the human beings and technology as the forefront. Over to you then.
Wow.